be a good boy and go to sleep. Asleep. I don't want to go to sleep. Now you must go to sleep. You go back to bed. I want to hear a story. All right. Come here, sit on my lap and I'll tell you a story. Once there was a little lad just like you. He was naughty, he was bad, just like you. He disobeyed and misbehaved the whole day through. He was unkind and wouldn't mind, just like you. That was a naughty thing to do. Ha, ha, ha. How would you like it done to you? Ha, ha, ha. You'll find a lot of happiness if you'll be good. Ha, ha, ha. story of the little lad just like you. Who was naughty, who was bad, just like you. I don't believe a word you said. It's not true. But I'll be good and go to bed just for you. That's a good little boy. Now run along.
And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right, Twitch is sounding fine. Let's go take a peek in the YouTube and make sure that's all oakley dokley. Oh, I got the YouTube right here. Look at that. Let's go take a peek in the YouTube and make sure that's all oakley dokley. Oh, I got the YouTube right here. Look at that. All right, YouTube is good. Let's mute that. Put that over there. We'll do a little bit work on this server outfit. We are making good progress with that. Not quite as good as I would have liked, but actually there's an awful lot of moving parts in this. So considering I'm doing fairly well, I got all my textures done. We have our material file set up. I have to maybe make some thumbnails for the main things. Let's do those. And also I want to work on the French maid outfit a little bit more today. The Oula maid. It's not much of an outfit. It's mostly an apron with panties and a what do you call those headband things? Headband things and a headband thing. Maybe we'll make a feather duster, but I'm kind of leaning towards maybe not. Maybe Saturday we'll do a feather duster. I don't know. We'll see. So where are we? Let's get the thumb file up. MVP's thumbs. Let's do that. So last time, so I have to actually apply textures to the pens. We have that set up. We're also gonna, let's render out the thumbnails for this stuff. I think, all right, it's busy. I think I may have already rendered that and rendered that. We have to do the shoes. There's the shorts. We might as well do the shorts. Let's go take a look at what we have done. Okay, we have the pouch rendered. We have the pantyhose rendered. I have the shirt and the shoes rendered. So we should do the shorts. Let's do that. Let's put the black on here. There we go. Control R. We'll get that knocked out of the way. All right, there's the shorts. You're supposed to have... Why is my normal map not really showing up on there? What's the Farfignugan? Do I have a normal map on here? I don't have a normal map on here. Do I have a normal map on any of these? Did I forget to put the freaking normal map on these? Dang it! I'm gonna have to resave all of these. None of those got the normal man. What about the shirts? Did I screw the shirts up too? Oh, oogly boo. Let's hide that. Let's bring the shirt back. Let's take a look at that. Nope, I don't have my normal maps on the shirt either. I gotta resave all of those. Well, that's what I'm doing later tonight. Anywho, um, let me. Because somebody forgot to put the. What did I do? What the hell? My glossy roughness is missing. Man, when I set these up, I really didn't do a very good job. I wasn't really paying attention. I think I applied a map, and I guess it just, I thought it had everything set up, and I guess it didn't. What about my dirt? My dirty textures? My dirty textures aren't even, well, my glossy roughness and my metallicity are off. I do need to put something in here, though. So anyhow, let's go back. So where were we? I'm going to just drop the normal map in there. We're going to render that out, save it. And we'll get this other stuff done. So I'm selecting the shorts. We're going to put on that black. I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to browse. There's the normal map. All right, now let's see how this looks. The normal map is supposed to be giving me wrinkles. There, I can see some of my wrinkles. So that's a little better. Let's save that. So I'm going to overwrite that. All right, let's do the pens. There's a Genesis in here somewhere. So let's do that. And we'll hide all of this stuff. I'm going to select her. Let's turn a headlamp on so we can kind of see what we're doing here. Let's put a generic mannequin shader on there. And we're going to resave this wearable preset with a pose. So let me just make sure that this is zeroed out. All right, that works. That did not work because I mucked around with my pen. So I got to resave that, don't I? I had to resave that anyhow. So anyhow, where are you? You're that. I'm going to Control C that. You're just going to take that pen and drop it in the hand and Control B. And hide that because it's broken. And here we'll put the material on there. So I did save. So you get clean pen and dirty pen. So we'll put a clean pen on there. And then we'll just resave this as a wearable preset. Just to double check and make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Okay, pen moved. And that is the left hand. So save that as a wearable preset. Server pen, left hand. There we go. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to uncheck everything but the pen. And let's do a pose. And we're just going to go down the left side here. And we'll just do everything under the hand. Yo, T-Snoop, what's up? What happened today, dude? I think I was watching your stream under another name. I know, I saw that. All of a sudden the music stopped and I looked over and it's like, what the hell? Did they just, what was there, was it something you were playing? Did a naked chick walk past the camera? Something like that? You just don't want to talk about it? Is that another option? And Charles, good to see you, buddy. How's it going? Everybody check out my man Charles. Oh, yeah. I think that's good. I think I'm going to accept that. All right. I've redone my pen. Let's zoom in and make a render of this. Yeah, I played just the music you're supposed to play in Twitch. You have any idea, or they just aren't talking to you? Because that's just like the sort of thing. And that's sort of playing the music that Twitch tells you to play isn't allowed. Got it. Unfortunately, that makes more sense than it should. It's just 24 hours. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's good, but still, that's annoying. Yeah, I can see that. All right, we got our thumbnail for that hand. Um, that's going to overwrite that one right there. Okay, I'm going to hide the pen, and we're just going to render the hand. And then we're just going to save that as... Oh, I saved this in the wrong spot. That goes over there. See, this is why I didn't delete the pen. Maybe some streaming on the T Snoop channel. Yeah. Do you have to register as like a DJ channel these days? Or I didn't even notice. I don't even notice that. I vaguely remember DJ Ray had to do something like that. Also, every music you play isn't in the... Oh, okay. They do have the DJ program, and music you played was included in that, but you can't DJ that stuff without the program. Oh, all right. Got it. Dang it. It's overly complicated. Did I just do this? I can't even... Okay, that goes there. All right, now we're just going to reset this figure. And you should sort of check beforehand, but it takes way too much effort. I know. It's more effort than it's really worth. I can get that. All right, select that. Put the pen in. You're going to go down the right hand. And I'm going to copy that. I'm going to take this and put it right there and Control B. And I'm going to come over here and we're going to get rid of that thing. Paranoid by Black Sabbath, some Queen songs. All right. And anything by the Eagles. Control R. I got to resave this too, don't I? We knew that. You go there. I'm going to hide that. I might have to resave the pose. If this turns into a DJ channel, there's not much followers, so it doesn't get anywhere. Oh, there's that too. Am I following T Snoop? I don't even know if I'm following. Uh, I am following. Okay. Oh, now I've messed up my... Oh, there it is. There's my chat. Where's my chat? I lost my chat. Dangity dang it. There's my chat window. There you are. Are you... All right, got it. There, I'm back. And if you want to have to, you go online on the other channel anyhow. All right. I think we saved that. Did Rod Shelley pop in? Yes, it's Rod Shelley. Hey, Rod. Um, I'm just rendering out some thumbnails and some stuff for this server outfit I've been working on. We're going to double check and make sure these hand poses work. Control Shift F. Otherwise, I might have to resave them. Control E. So ideally, I should be able to select that and apply. I applied the wrong thing. I should be able to apply that. It worked. Yay. Huzzah. I think Darude got also a short ban for DJing on his channel like a year ago. Okay, I think this is good. I've got a thumbnail for that. 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 Got a thumbnail for that. I think I'm good. I think we're ready to resize all of these things and rename them. So we're going to get rid of these little things because that's the garbage that Daz generated. Then we're going to resize these. I still have to do the guest ticket. So we'll do the guest ticket and then we'll move on. Resize with image resizer. Resize those. Say yeah, yes. I'm going to have to rename these because they got extra garbage in there now. Because of course they do. So we'll just use the old power renamer. That should be good. We'll do that. We should be able to pop over here. If we refresh, these should look good. Looking good. Okay, I'm going to do a main save for the full outfit. So we'll do that. We'll get that on here. So what we're going to do is select that and put on the pantyhose and the shirt and the shoes and the shorts. And the shorts are still white. I got to resave the shorts. I got to select the shorts, resave them. And I have to tweak them. I wonder if these are screwed up. These might be screwed up. I want to resave. I'm just going to make sure. Where'd the shirts go? There they are. And we'll just check the surfaces on these. Metallicity is 0. Roughness is 1. And I'm going to put on a normal map here. So somewhere in here is server outfit, server normal. Nope, that's shoes. There's the normal map. Okay, excellent. Now I can save this. And I'm going to put you back here. We're going to save this as a wearable preset. So this is going to be MVP server exclamation point outfit. And let's put a capital O there. Big O. Big O, little U. All right, so let's uncheck everything. And I want to do these shorts I brought in, these shoes, that shirt, and these hose. And then we're going to... Cheap viewers? My viewers are not cheap. Okay, maybe they are. But I don't appreciate you telling me my viewers are cheap. That's Charles's job to call the viewers cheap. Thank you, Charles. I'm going to just straighten this up a little bit before I render it. All right, we're going to actually just hide this and just render the outfit. And Control R on that. Did I want the black hose? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the black hose with this. Something like that. Oh, I got a pen sitting in here. All right, let's try this again. All right, that's probably good enough. So that's going to go right there. And let's dig up the, you know what? I've saved it over here, didn't I? There we go. There's the guest checks. Let's bring the Genesis 8 back into view. So let's get the guest checks in the hand. So I know the phone's a lot smaller, but we're kind of going to hold it like that, right? It's going to run up the side here. And then these fingers have to just come around and kind of get the other side of it. So we're going to have to, we'll do the right side first and then we'll do the left side. And that was the pen. We're done with the pen. Here's the guest check. Okay, so I'm going to flip it upside down. There's a 45-degree, actually we can kind of do that first. So it's like about 45 degrees. The part that says guest check should be at the top. Kind of like that. It's actually going to run along the palm like so. We're going to adjust that thumb to fit a little bit better. We're going to put that, kind of snug that in there. Kind of in there. Move that up. So that is kind of in the, somewhere in there maybe. Can I just twist you? We'll see if we can kind of get that just to touch the side there. And then we'll bring these fingers in. All right, so that pointer finger, I'm going to slide the fingers kind of this way, if I can. Let's move that carpal. We'll move the carpals first, side to side as much as we can. That way. And you know what? Let's select that hand and let's expand that so it's easier to just work with. Right carpal 1. So we did the index finger. We'll move the mid finger a little bit. So that's gonna kind of bend. I was hoping that would kind of zoom in on it, but it didn't quite do that. Oh, you need to be bent still. So we'll just bend that. So I can't quite get her hand up around there, but I can kind of get this one. So I'm going to bend this. What have I got? I got there it is, bend. And I think then we'll just pull the mid one back a little bit. And then we'll just, do I want to just bend you? and then bend you a little bit more until you. I didn't actually select what I wanted to select, so that's pretty close. I'm totally flying around upside down, aren't I? Side to. Oops, I moved the whole hand. I'm looking for the carpal. That's my problem. I want this one. And I think I'm going to just do that and maybe bend these two together. Let's go over here in the posing so I can do multiple things at once. And then let me see if I can get that pinky in there as well. Alright. I'm in a weird angle, so it's hard for me to rotate the way I want to. Gotta call Micro Center. Oh, dude. Who are you gonna call? Micro Center. Alright, let me see if I can get the tip of that pinky on there. It's probably just gonna sit on the edge like that. Does that look kind of okay? Hands always look awkward to me. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Did I not bend you? I did, but you're sitting, and you're the index. Oh, that's right. The index doesn't. I was the pinky I bent. All right. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get this. So, are you in the hand? You are not in the hand. Let's put that into the hand. Tacky stuff. One of your 10 terabyte drives failed. Oh no! But you bought a replacement plan, so you hopefully. Well, I would hope so. It'd be kind of annoying to actually give them money for the replacement plan and then not actually get it replaced. Okay, I think we're going to memorize that and save that out as a wearable preset. And then we're going to save a hierarchical pose for that hand in that guest check. And then we're going to set it up for the other side. Then we're going to do this for Genesis 9. So, where am I? I'm over here. I'm totally in the wrong folder. There's my beautiful folder with thumbnails. Yeah, we're gonna select that. Save as a wearable preset. Guest check pad R hand. Wearable preset. So MP MVP server guest check pad. I'm just gonna say guest check checks our hand. There we go. Let's uncheck all, and I'm just looking for right there. I gotta name you because you've got this weird stuff in there. All right, let's cancel this for a second. I have to change the name on that, don't I? I don't want it to say IDs. You don't need it to say IDs. There we go. That's good enough. Select that. Now hit the save as a wearable preset. MVP server guest checks our hand. Okay, there we go. We'll uncheck everything. Then I'll just check that. Do this. We're going to save all the right hand parts except for the right hand itself. So we're just going to work our way down, abdomen, chest, down the right collar, right hand, and I basically I don't want the general, but I want the rest of this. If somebody's using pose controls to pose the hands, we want to maybe overwrite that, hopefully. Of course, if they're using like an add-on, it still will overwrite or get in the way of what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Anyhow, we'll accept that. Did I memorize this? Now I've forgotten. Oh, now we're stuck saving. Hold on. Control E. I did not memorize that, so I have to save it again. Okay, now we have memorized it. It saves faster the second time. Oops, I forgot to select that. All right, wearable preset. Server guest check our hand. There we go. And there we go. Oop, going down the right side. We want the pose controls on all the fingers. And accept that. All right, that should be good. And now I'm just going to save this as a hierarchical pose. So I'm going to do that. Hierarchical pose preset. There we go. So it's going to be kind of the same thing, except this one's going to say hand pose. What did I say for the others? Oh, and I have to say G8 female because that's not quite long enough just yet. We can make it longer. All right, let's uncheck all. I'm going to... Do I see the... It's in the hand. That's why I don't see it here. I have a better way to do this. I'm going to cancel that. What I want to do is select all the stuff that I want to actually save. And now we're going to do this. Because there's a little trick that you can do with this hierarchical pose preset. So we are going to do this. I'm going to say hand pose G8 female. Oh man, I used to be able to do this. That's not working. Hey Art, how are you doing? Check only, scene selected. Is that going to work? I don't think that's going to work. That did not work. All right, I got to redo that. So this isn't... That way hates me. Let me try it this way. Uh, all right, I got the parts this time. So can I do check only scene selected parts? All right, it worked this time. I had to select this. All right, so this is good, except that. Control Shift. Snowbell is telling me the Daz is spamming her Facebook with the female centaur. Oh, bummer. Control E. Apply. That's a apply the post. It seems to be doing the trick. I want to double check. All right, that's working. Okay, so we're going to put this over into the other hand and save that out. So we'll do the old Shift Y. We're going to swap left and right. I'm going to move this into the left hand, which is right there. Oh man, I left out. You know what? We're going to say guest checks. There we go. Okay, we're going to save as a wearable priest. Oh no, I have to move it first. So the old trick is that becomes positive. And then we have to adjust the Y rotation and the Z rotation. So basically they became the negatives of whatever these are. And it should just line up perfectly like that. I think we're good. We'll memorize that. I have a secret little memorize button stuck up there. All right, select that and save as a wearable preset. Right there. I'm going to click on this and say L hand, and I forgot to do G8 female this time. That was misspelled. We'll fix that. Uncheck all and check guest checks. Come over here to the poses. This time we're going down the left side. And we want all of this stuff, but not general. Okay, should be good. Okay, I'm going to clean some of this stuff up. Because that needs to say, I got to rename that. And say G8 female on that. This is good. I have to resave this one. And then if I do that, is it gonna it shouldn't, the internal name should be the same. Okay, H pose time. So we're gonna select all of those. Select that. Save as a hierarchical. Nope, that was a material preset. Damn it. As a pose preset. This is the left hand pose, G8 female. Save that. And I think we'll just uncheck all, right? And then we're just going to check only scene selected, and we're good. Accept that. Should be fine. I have to do one more resave because I screwed up the name of this. So here, let's reset you. I'm going to delete that because I'm bold that way. Come over here. Let's put that right hand one back. And my problem is I inadvertently, I'm going to change the name of what this is in here. Right now it says check paw. It's supposed to be check pad, but I'm just going to say checks, guest checks. and then we'll just resave that. So select you, resave the wearable preset for the right hand. There we go, right there. Uncheck all except for that one. And once again, and we're going to the right hand side. And everything but general. Except that should be good. Let's render these out. I did render that, but we haven't changed the sizing yet. Right, looks good. So we're going to do one with it in the hand and then one with it out in the hand for the pose. And this is for the right hand, so do that one. All right, hit the save. And what did I say? I said guest check right hand. Yeah, right there. That one. Yes, sir. All right. I think I can delete that. And then I'm just going to render this. This way it looks a little more posy. All right, is good. And that goes there. Okay, let's load in the left one. All right, is good. That overrides. That's the pose. That's the prop. There we go. And then hide that and just render the hand. All right, is good. And that one goes right there. Okay, I have 5 new. Here, we'll sort by date. So view, sort by date. There we are. We are looking for 5. So I'm gonna resize and replace this crap here with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's the resize. And then I got to rename these because when it resizes, it doesn't name them the right way that Daz wants to see them. So this is what Daz wants to see. And then we'll come over here, do a little refresh. Nope, accidentally browsed again. Do a little refresh. There we go. So that's all the parts of the outfit, including the hand poses for the pens and the pads for the guest check. So now I'm going to do this for Genesis 9. So hopefully this goes smooth. We got to get these and maybe this in for Genesis 9. I might do that later. I might just, you know what? I think I'm going to take care of that stuff later. I have to redo a lot of these material files because I didn't do them right. Yo, Rod's back. So I think I'm going to hit save on this thumbnail file. So I am making steady progress on this outfit, which looks an awful lot like that. I'm going to reset that. We can put the, she's going to be a southpaw, so we'll put the, that over there. And we'll come over here and get a left-handed pen. Put that in her hand. I'm just playing now. Bend and twist. And let's, what do? We can twist you around like so. We'll bring you like forward, front, and back. I probably should move that collar a little bit too, right? Because that's what we do. We move our collars a little. And then we'll bring the pen over and we'll write on our pad. Front, back, bend. I hear a snow bunny. You know what I can do? Let's do this. I'm gonna straighten you up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of twisting. That's all I can do. Dang, dog. I can do that. And I think I want to bring you further in actually, because usually you don't have Hey, Art's on Twitch. Usually you don't flap your arms around like that normally you kind of have them tucked in a little bit better. I'm going to pin that hand and I'm going to switch over and I'm just going to drag that into place. We're almost there. Just getting ready to take your order. There we go. And can I just put that arm down a little? They're just going to bend you in. And of course the hand's moving. Why wouldn't it? Frickin' Daz. With your craptastic not IK. There we go. I have the curly fries with the buffalo wings. All right, let's play with the maid outfit. So I have saved this server thumbnail file. And now let's do a file new. File new. I just saved the changes, but I guess I can do it again. If and when I make a character of my own, it will be Siamese twins complete with Siamese twin clothing. Oh, dude. You just have to choose the hardest thing you can think of, right? It's almost like you're dressing up a unit. You know, there's a in one of the discords, there's a guy who just makes all sorts of centaur stuff and is always fitting clothes to centaurs. Um, all right, let's take a look at where we are. Did I set this outfit up for anything yet? There's the French maid. Where are we with this? Ooh la maid. That and that. Let's put the headband on. And did I do this for the Genesis? And we have the headband. I have a headband over here. It's just a prop. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the headband on Genesis 9, and then we're going to get the outfit on Genesis 8 and save those. And then maybe, if we've got time, we can get this over into Substance Painter. So let's just do that. I made the mistake of clicking MSN article regarding Siamese twins getting married to one guy. Oh, So every day so far, it has been at least one Siamese twin article. Uh, the internet so punishes you. That fits surprisingly well. I might just move it a little. It could. I could probably do a little bit better fitting for it, but for right now, I'm probably just going to add a morph target. Maybe. So let's parent. Let's just parent this to the head here, and we'll save that as a wearable preset. And I think maybe I'm going to export you out for a second. Um, Maid outfit. Are you in the maid outfit? This is totally not it. It's in lingerie. That's right. Because it's this one right here. Okay, not to be confused with the other one, which is more of a maid outfit. This is more a lingerie. This is a porn maid, I guess. What am I doing? I'm coming over here. I'm going to save headband G. Do I have a headband G9? Hmm. Let's see how this works. So let's cancel that. I might have a morph target already made. Control. You know what? I do want to put it here though, but we'll load in that morph target. We'll see if it how that works out. So right there, I have a thing called headband. And if I accept that, created successfully over here in Morse. You know what? That kind of does the trick. Excellent. We're going to rename this and move it though. We'll move it into adjustments. Um, so I don't want that to say French made headband G9. I want that to say fit G9. And we're going to stick that over in adjustments. So we're going to come over here and say adjustment. And you know what? I'm going to change these colors. Because I like these are the adjustment colors. And then we'll save that and come over here. And that looks good. And I think I can modified access. And I should change the name of that over here too. Base. And I just want to do, oh, I have a fit G9 in here already. What the hell? Now I have two. Never mind. I'm losing it. Actually, I like mine better. I think I'm going to try to clean this up later. Um, so anyhow, so now I've got a nasty case of two morphs with the same name. I will sort that out. Let's memorize that headband for now. And then I'm just going to save that as a wearable preset. We're going to change this name to say G9. And then we're going to come over here and save that in here. It's a wearable preset. Oops, I have to select you. Then I can choose wearable presets. We're not posing anything, so we can just do made headband. And we won't do the eyes. Okay, should be good. All right, do I have a Genesis 8 still in here? I do not. All right, let's get a Genesis 8 in here. And we're just going to auto fit this to begin with. See how well that does. So there's the bottom, and it should complain. And we're going to say Genesis 9. And I'm just going to call you full body and accept that. I'm going to just, you know what? I'm not happy with that. Let's see if I've got a shape for this. So I want French maid bottom, G8 female. Do I have one for that? Right there? Are you the right size though? Well, that's why I'm loading it in as a morph target, just to see how it looks. It did not come in because I had Genesis 8 selected. It might work better if I select Genesis 9. Also, let's change the name of this to say G8 female. Right now, I'll try loading in. I have the right thing selected. Bottom G8 female. I think that looks like it worked. Did I have the right size, or do I need to scale you? Oh no, that worked. Although I can probably touch that up. Good thing she's got panties underneath those panties. We're going to update the base geometry with that. With that. It's rather interesting. Your mind was in totally in the gutter. Um, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. There we go. We can touch that up real quick. We'll just ZBrush that real fast here. I have this in the background. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to select this and this. We'll just quickly activate ZBrush, and we'll just touch that up, and we'll be good to go on that. As I impatiently wait for ZBrush to launch. There we go. Edit, frame. I'm going to tweak the intensity a little bit. And we'll tweak the smoothing intensity a little bit. We're going to change the size of the brush. Is good. And we're just going to touch that up just a little bit so it doesn't poke through anymore. And I should be good. Let's just double check and make sure I don't have any other little issues. I think we're fine. All right, we'll activate the Go Z. So in this case, we're going to update the base mesh with what we just did. So I'm going to click on that and accept, and we are all good now. All right, let's load in the apron. So you are the apron portion of our outfit. And once again, we're just going to auto fit this. Do I want to call this a dress? I think I'm going to call this a dress. And then we're going to check. I think I have a Genesis 8 version. So we're going to take a look at how that works out as a morph. Because I'm seeing a little bit of strangeness in there, but I think we can smooth that out. So we're going to select this apron. I'm going to do this twice just to make sure we're good. Choose the morph target. We are looking for apron Genesis 8 female. I'm going to just accept that. And we're just going to see how that's looking on here. Oh, that was the wrong. There we go. I think that's, yeah, that's fine. That's what it's supposed to look like. All right, so we're going to update that shape as well. With that. There we go. Okay, let's do a little bit of work and then we'll save this out. I'm going to grab both of these, come over here, grab all of this, apply my generic shader to that. We'll put a D-force modifier on there. We're going to come down here and change that bend stiffness to 0.1 to begin with. Let's just do a quick sim just to see if I'm going to cry or not. Nope, I'm not crying yet. Okay, ZBrush is still in the way. Okay, so that's good. Let's clear that. Let's come over here and set up a couple of things on these. Edit geometry, convert to sub D. Oh, they're already converted to sub D. Do they also still have smoothing modifiers? You know what? We're gonna fix those. Edit geometry, remove smoothing modifier. Edit geometry, add smoothing modifiers. I did that twice because it was converted over from Genesis 9. So the smoothing modifier is actually based on the Genesis 9 shape, but now we redid it. So the smoothing modifier is actually based on the Genesis 8 shape here. So that should help. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Are my material surface names good? They are, except these are all still garbage, which means I still have to fix those for Genesis 9. Oh well. Let's clean those up and then save this stuff out. Down here where it says I have the wrong thing selected. There we go. I'm not entirely sure. Bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3, and lace and bottom and trim bottom. I should probably make that say bottom trim. I haven't extrained it. I'll clean it up later. All right, is good. That looks fine. I think we're ready to do a couple of saves. And then I think we might need to save some stuff up for the Substance Painter. So let's look at the bottom. Come over to here. Let's go back over to. So I have to resave this bottom here because it's got bad surface name still. All right, I'm going to save you as a figure prop asset, which I set a handy dandy button there. Here's the French maid. People, Genesis 8 clothing, me, Ula maid, Ula maid. What am I calling it over here? Ula maid. And which one do I have selected? I don't, no idea. Did I have the apron selected? I had the bottom selected. Damn it. Let's try this again. And I'm over in the wrong folder again. Where are you? Oh, you're closer. Okay, so this is the Ula made. Did I have to check what this was called again? Ula made bottom G8 female. Oh, and I did name it there. Excellent. Ula made is the product. Content type is a wearable. It's wardrobe, underwear, bottom. Okay. And we'll accept that. It does its thing. All right, let's change the name of this to say G8 female. And then we'll save that out. This time I'm doing the apron. Product once again. Ula made. There's the apron. There's me. I'm going to call you a skirt. Sure. A skirt, only Sarah would wear it as a skirt. And she wouldn't wear the bottoms. I know. Okay. So let's get the... We're going to do a little bit of work to start setting this up for substance. So we're going to do all three pieces. I think they're all on the same map. I think I was clever enough to do that, but we're double checking. So let's take a look at our UV view. Yay, everything's on the map. There's the bottom, there's the apron, and there's the headband. Excellent. All right. We're going to give these all different colors. So do I have my... I don't have my materials in here. Do I have my materials over here? I do not. Let's go get a... Let's go steal a material folder from somewhere. Let's come over into here. Okay, so I do need... I'm going to grab this generic texture folder right here. Nope. Going to copy you. And we're going back over to projects. And runtime and textures. Support? I don't need no support. And this. All right, we're going to put that right there. And also, since we're in here, am I being obnoxious and saying, ooh, with two O's? I forget. That's going to drive me insane. I am using two O's because I'm an obnoxious twit. So we're going to rename you Ooh La Aid. There we go. That's good. The generics are there. Get back over to here. And I'm just going to copy this. Bring that over to the made set. Just put a paste of that right there. We'll go clean it out because there's a bunch of extra garbage in there. Okay, things we don't need. We don't need all of these. I'm not going to need these. This I'm going to rename later on to OLM. These will get updated for this outfit. Excellent. And then there's my generic shaders. You know what? While we're here, we'll just quickly rename all of this. And we're going to replace Gigi with Ula Made. Apply that. Excellent. All right, back over into here. Let's do a refresh. That's the Genesis 9. That's why I don't see anything. There it is. There they are. So these are the folders we just moved over. So I want colors for that, that, and that. So we're going to come into here and we'll just work our way down. Quickly just give these all different colors so that we can separate them out later in the Substance Painter. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to resave the Genesis 9 version of the bottoms with better names. And we're going to rename that lace. So let's do that. Actually, let's save this first. 1, 2, 3. Save. Lingerie. French made. Whip. Do I have a substance full? I do have a substance. I do have these, but they probably don't have the headband. So I'm going to overwrite that. I'm going to do that again because I wasn't paying attention. See, I want to write it to surfaces. There we go. All right, let's hide you for a second. And we'll grab a Genesis 9 real quick. Before I forget, I want to resave the bottoms with the material names cleaned up. So there's the bottom. Boom. Do you fit okay? Yeah, you fit okay, I guess. Okay, there. We got all these janky names. So one I wanted to call that bottom trim, and the other ones I just need to get rid of this garbage out of here. Alrighty. Let's do that. Actually, let's cancel and let me just double check. Ula made bottom G9. Excellent. Okay. Now we'll save as a figure prop asset. And we got to come over here to the Genesis 9 side. And I'm going to overwrite that. Yeah, we're going to replace you. Ula made bottom me looks good. I could just accept on that. Okay, now we're ready to... I did export. We're going to put this down to the side for a second. Chris does not need ZBrush open anymore. Close that. I'm going to open this up in Blender, smooth. Actually, in Blender, I want to spread it out a little bit too. We also want to smooth it, and then we're going to save it back out. So activate Blender 4.50. They're probably already on 4.504 or something, because that's the way Blender be rolling. All right. Let's do an import. Let's go looking for this. I am looking for, there we go. I want that. Did I save you with the smoothing on? I did. I'm going to resave this, damn it. Here. I think I saved it at high resolution. I don't want to do that. So I want my smoothing off. Oh, resolution is base. That one's high. I'm going to switch you to base. Turn that off. You're pretty dense. I don't know if I need to make you. You are base. Okay. So that, and that. And then we're just going to re-export those. Overwrite that. Exists. Do you want to replace it? I'm going to say yes. Do that. Pop over into here and then import that. Looks better. I'm going to right click on this and say shade smooth. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of spread out. I don't want this that close to the apron, so we're going to move the all right, so you are inside, so select all of that, and I'm just going to slide that over here a little bit so that the occlusion doesn't interfere with them. Should be good. Then we just resave this twice, once with the materials on, and then again with no materials. I may have started this in Substance, but I don't think we had the headband. I think I'm done with Blender. Don't save. We don't need that. We're going to put you away for a second. All right, I've got more than a half hour, so we can do a little bit of texturing. All right, close that. File. Open. I'm just going to check. You know what? I'm just going to do a new. If I did have one started, I would replace it anyhow. File new. We're going to start with you. Looking good. All right, let's bake our mesh maps. All right, those are done. I should save you somewhere before I forget. Yeah, I had started one. We're going to just overwrite that though. All right, let's do the ID map. So for that, we need the one that we put the colors on. We make it that map a little larger, and we tighten that cage up for better fidelity on our ID map. Should be good. Bake that. Oakley dokley. Let's go back into painting. I'm going to save that ID map we just baked. So let's export texture. Somewhere up here, I have a preset for just ID maps. Maybe that one right there. Looking good. There's my ID map. All right. So I got all this lace. This is going to get a little tedious lining laces up in here, but I'm going to do it. So it's like all of these little strips are little lacy bits. The only real tricky part is trying to tell which side's which. So we're going to do black with white lace and white trim. I think we'll just start with a silk. I think this will have like a black plastic, and then that's going to be white lace. And I'm probably going to line up most of the lace in Photoshop, I'm thinking. Because Photoshop is just easier to do that sort of thing there. So let's find a silk. Let's take your generic silk. All right, we're done. let me go get my dirt. So we are going to do dirty looks, but we'll turn that off for right now. So I think I will do a red version. Let's duplicate this. That was a delete. Let's try that again. That's a duplicate. There we go. And let's duplicate those again. And let's make you black. Yo, Leo, how are you doing? We're working on an Ula maid outfit. Okay, that's going to be the black. We will need white, so let's get that set up. Okay, so that's going to be the white. You look like I know you're fine. It's fine. I think these are going to be fine. I should probably do the colors separate. Oh well, anyhow. And I think maybe we will have a red, and I think maybe like leaning towards gold. Maybe something like that, but a little lighter. Enduring the heat as best he can. Oh, dude, I hope it hasn't been too hot this week here. I think next week it might warm up again. Okay, let's those are the base colors. I'm gonna do some. Yeah, I'm gonna turn all of these off and just use the colors. Do I want to tighten that up? I think maybe. Say 4 on that. And I'm going to 4 on that. I'm going to turn these off. And I'm going to do 4 on my tiling there. I'm going to turn those off. And I'm going to do 4 on that. I'm going to turn these off. I'm going to now duplicate this one more time. I'm going to make that color gray so it just stands out for me. Hide that. So in this, I'm not going to use the color, but I do want to use these. Snow Bunny and yourself have been going to the beach twice a week, all June and July. But it's been rather mild in August. Does that mean if it's mild, you don't go to the beach? However, tomorrow we will hit the beach for at least an hour. Okay, I'm going to set up the lace zones now. So here, let's put that back on black. Let's find a fabric in here. Something maybe like this cotton. That cotton leans a little towards the yellow. We're gonna bring it back towards the cool it off a little bit. Let's take that tiling up. And do I get a color option? Here we go. See, we'll just cool that off a bit. I'm going to actually end up putting lacing on that for opacity. So this, do I have a color selector on here? I do. So I want that to include that. I also want to include the little ruffles on the bottoms. So I'm going to put lace on those. I think those are going to be good. Oh, and I want to make this whole, this little apron thing. Yeah, we'll do that in white as well. And then this will stay in black. So that's the... We also start warming back up here in the Commonwealth. I think I'm good. Do I have a... What are you? Okay, you. There we go. Gotcha. There's something a little weird going on here. That just might be a little... Yeah, I think that's just a little geometry bugaboo, so I'm probably going to fix that in Blender and update the geometries. So now I just need to start thinking of how to get the laces in. And then also, I think, so that looks good with that. If we duplicate you, bum, 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 and we maybe turn you gold. Why did I drop a gold in here? And we're going to match that. So the white one is actually going to be all white, including the lace. The black has the white trim, and I'm thinking the pink and the red might have gold. But we'll see. I just made a copy of that. Let's go find a gold. Good news for Tesla truck owners. The Air Force will be buying some. Oh, okay. I thought he who shall not be named was totally against that stuff now. Are you not dragging and dropping in there? So do I like that gold? Buying them to blow up as targets. Yes, ouch. That's an awful expensive target, though. Not gonna lie. Am I? Yeah, it's fine. How do you look with the red? You look a little better with the red, actually. I might use you with the pink. So, using a $500 drone to destroy a 150 grand truck. Of course, if they get it on the secondary market, I think it's only like a couple of grand. So maybe that's what they're looking to do. They'll buy the used Tesla Cybertrucks. Okay, I need to save out a template for this. I don't think I've done that yet. And I closed my there we go. I'm sorry, I'm on screen 2. We'll come back over to screen 1. How rude. UV editing, select all. Let's save that as a UV template. We need a folder in here. Oh, and I can't have these. All right, and let's set you at 4K. Actually, yeah, 4096. 4096. But you know what? I want a version at 8K. So what is that? 8 oh, 40. You know what? I'm gonna use Blender Magic. We're just gonna multiply that by 2 because I can't figure this out. There we go. I'm gonna save out a version at that. And I'm gonna try to figure out where these line up. Which is the top, which is the bottom. And we'll also set up the displacement map. So I'm gonna hit save on this. Let's close that. Let's save out the black and the white one to begin with. What are you? Did I accidentally click on something I didn't want to? I guess I did. Oh, are you the same color as that? Oh, pooper scoopers. I think it might be. Let me check the tolerance on that. You are the same color. Okay. I'm debating, do I want that to be black or white? Other than that to be, you know what? I'm going to leave this like this. Yeah, let's grab, dang it, I keep missing. Let's grab that point right there. All right, that should be good. And then I need an opacity map for these. And what I need to do is kind of figure out what are the tops and the bottoms. So we're just going to put a little paint layer in here. And then I'm just going to paint in some red on these edges so I can kind of tell which side's which. Like that. So I can see these inside edges. And if I were clever, they would all be oriented the same way. I may be that clever. We'll see. Who knows? No, that one flips around. Okay. That's on the inside as well. These are probably on the other side. All right, I think I've got, which one are you? I have one I can't, I'm not sure where it is. Okay, I see you. Oh, there you are. You're over here. Got it. Okay, so inside, 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 inside. Got it. All right. And we'll just double check along here just to make sure. Oh, that one's pretty obvious. And likewise, I'm pretty sure I sewed this whole edge in through here. So I'm going to turn that off. We're going to save this out. I'm going to try to get some stuff set up in Photoshop and see if we can start laying in these lacy patterns. So here we'll do Control Shift E. Let's switch you to 6 channels. I don't think I've got opacity going on just yet. I do want the opacity map though. Okay, fine. Activate export on that. Open the output directory. I'm going to call you black and white. Should be good. Let's put these in the places that make more sense. You know what? I think, is that shader file? Yep. So there's the ULA made. So I want all of this except for that. Right there. And I want that into the whip folder over here. I'm going to open you up with Photoshop first. Okay. Oh, I had a recovery file. Uh, it's my guest checks. Sure, let's save you. Let's just put you over here in the whip file for the server outfit. Okay, let's get my template in here and start building out the displacement map. Here's the template. Are you my 4K template? You're my 4K template, so that's the one I want to use with this. So we'll fill this stuff in with black. Shift I. Now we're going to set up a new layer, and we'll fill that with white. I need we're going to just drag you back here, put you right there. I need a black layer behind everything. And I'm just going to put you there for right now. And then I need a layer with all the little trimmy pieces. I'm in the wrong, there we go. That was a little janky. Is that a little bit better? All right, I think we're almost there. New layer here. Fill those with white. Let's put some inner glow. My inner glow is black. And let's say 15 on that. I don't know what I just fat fingered. Did I actually type in 15 or no? I got 15. Excellent. And we'll do the same thing. Inner glow. I think I'm just going to do a 10 on these. Maybe a little less. Probably fine. I think that's going to work for my displacement map. Guess we can see how that... Oh, there's supposed to be trim over here too, isn't there? Yeah, let's go get that trim. And did I get... And I didn't get this trim either, do we? All right, that's too close to black. I'm going to have to try to grab that later. Fill you in. Have I got the... Oh, I've got you turned off. Did I not? Yeah, there we go. There's my... Okay, now let me see if I can select this. Yeah, it's too close. Let's back that off. There we go. That's probably going to be close enough. Excellent. Never mind. Control Shift. Nope, nope, nope. File save as. Yeah, I know. I can't save you as a JPEG, but that's okay. We'll just save it over here as a PSD. Okay, file, export as. Export that. I'm going to go over here. Displacement map, right? All right, it's good. Let's see how this works out. I can probably apply this to all three at once. So let's reset our share. Let's pop over into here, and we'll set these into here. Okay, so do I have a metallicity? I do. It's right there. Let me rearrange this so I can actually see chat in case somebody actually does say something. Like that. There we go. All right. Metallicity goes there. There's my color. Somewhere in here. Something. Damn it. Art said something. Let's put the glossy roughness right there. Did not. All right. Let's take the normal map. Stick you over in here. Let's take the opacity. Put you into here. Let's take the displacement map. Stick you into here. Currently, I don't think we've got anything going on with the opacity, but we will. Let's say 6 on that. You were supposed to be white. Why are you not white? You're white there. Did you end up being... Oh, it's because of the opacity map. We're not seeing it. It should be there, right? Sometimes that freaks me out. There it is. Okay, now we'll see if we can start setting up the lace on this, all this little lacy bits. And let me do a file, save as scene, and let's put you, actually, I'll put you in promos. Ula made, something like that. File new, folder, Ula made. I'm just going to put this whip in here for right now so I don't lose it. And let's put you aside. I think for what I'm doing today, oh, it's almost 9 o'clock anyhow. So I think we're going to stop here for the day. So we've got a little bit more work done on the server outfit. We actually got the guest checks done. We got the pen done. I still have to make the special morphs and start making promo picks and things. So that's coming along nicely. And we got a good start on this. I think I'm just going to do 4 textures with this. 8 if you count the dirty versions. So we'll do that. We'll see how this comes along. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure catching you guys. It's always good to see Leo pop in. And of course, Art and Rod Shelley. And we had the legendary CS Bond in the house. Check out Charles, super cool cat. Hasn't been streaming much, but he does have a cool Discord. Hey, buy my stuff. I got a number of items in the outlet store now, so if you want to get something for cheap that you haven't picked up already, they're like $2 now. I get $1 of that. So feel free to check those out. And I have got stuff that will be keep an eye on the fast grabs. Right now it's just the shaders for the cave clothes, but I will have other stuff pop up in there. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully I have another outfit coming out in the next few days. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. Yes, I made the outlet. I know. My stuff is so crappy we have to give it away. um so anyhow, what are we doing? We're gonna go right out. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna hit save on this. I'm gonna close Substance down. I'm gonna put that down. We're gonna see who's on the Twitch first. I will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. For our 3-hour stream. I'm not sure what we'll be doing. It might be the maid outfit, or it might be the cave clothes version 3, which is kind of a skimpier bikini thing. Or I might start another outfit. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, let's find out who's on and raid out. You know what? I'm thinking it might be a Bad Tooth record night if he's on. Hey, and if there's anybody over on the YouTube like Leo, I appreciate that. Remember, like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, feel free to join this raid. So let's see who's on the Twitch first right now. Who we can go hang out with and say howdy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Sorry, sorry. Is Bad Tooth Records on? Did I just go right by him? Soundworks is on. Finally building computers after getting scamazoned. Irumakin. I see Irumakin is on. That's our backup plan. If I don't see Bad Tooth Records, I'm gonna... Here, let me just type it in over here. Twitch. Bad Tooth Records. Nope. He's not on today. Oh well. Yeah, let's go over and just hang out with Irumakin, the Pope of Indiana, while he plays games and opens up Kinder Eggs and stuff. So that'll be cool. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. We'll get you some raid calls here. If you can join the raid, that would be cool. Non-subs, feel free to grab that one. Subs, you can use the sub raid call. There we go. So let's do this. If you haven't been over to Rumikin's, it would be super cool if you could join us. He's a really cool cat. Awesome community. He's currently playing some, what is it, Words on Stream. I think he's already done his puzzle for the day. And then he opens up Kinder Egg and he raids out. So that's what we're going to go do. Slash raid control V. Did that work? That looks like it has worked. Okay, excellent. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to copy my raid call. And I hope you all have a good rest of a Thursday night or Friday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And thanks for being here, Art and Rod and Leo and Mr. Charles. And hasta la vista, baby.